This is a summary question. A summary is not a summary of all the passage, just of 2 or 3 paragraphs. So where do we start looking for the answers? Well, using keywords once again, we can jump to where the answer is. This summary begins, a leading psychologist has something, a simple mathematical equation. So let's look at the passage again. Starting at the beginning, I quickly skim through and see if I can find anything about a leading psychologist or a name, and there's nothing in paragraphs A or B. I find the name Susan Quilliam, psychologist, in paragraph C. But my question also said has something, a mathematical equation. So in C, is there anything about a mathematical equation? Well, there isn't, so I continue looking down the text. In D, again, nothing about a mathematical equation. I come to E, talks about a formula to calculate, multiplied, all of these words which have to do with a mathematical equation, and it mentions it again. So I'm going to read paragraph E more carefully for the missing word or words. So I need a sentence which has the word leading psychologist or Miss Quilliam, because I know that her name is Miss Quilliam, and a mathematical equation or a synonym for mathematical equation in the same sentence. And I find it here. The formula devised by Miss Quilliam is calculated thus. Let's go back and see this in more detail. The formula devised by Miss Quilliam is calculated thus. So I find the synonym for a mathematical equation and also for a leading psychologist. So I know that this is the sentence where the answer is. So I'm going to choose one of these words here, and I choose the word devised for 2 reasons. First of all, it fits grammatically. It's a past participle, so it fits in the space. A leading psychologist has devised a formula or a mathematical equation. To work out is a synonym for calculated, so that can't be the answer. It's already in the sentence. So the answer is devised. So let's move on to number 2. I note the keywords these days, but these are also keywords in the past, stressful experience. And I look further down in the text for synonyms for these words. There's nothing in paragraph E about these days or in the past, so I move to F and I see the word no longer, which is a synonym for in the past, and today's, which is a synonym for these days. And more stressful is also a synonym for much more of a stressful experience than it was in the past. So I can be sure this is where my answer is. So the question is, what is the answer as a result of our? Well, what do we have today, which we didn't have in the past? Today's pressurized lifestyles. So I know that is my answer. So here's the rest of the passage, so you can finish the rest of the summary. You can see here I've highlighted some important synonyms for paragraphs G and F, which match the keywords in the summary. So use these words to find where the missing words are.